Hello, DW Randomizer, and welcome to the bracket stage. Today we have race 1 in a best of 3 in the round 1 of the brackets in a competition between aaron2u2 and Edge. Hello, everybody. I'm DK9146, and alongside to me tonight is Sneaky the Lost. How are you doing, Sneaky?
Doing great this evening, and boy, I know we saw in chat earlier a hashtag 4-strength start. How does a 5-strength start sound to you?
It sounds fantastic. I love to see these challenging starts. Obviously, waiting to see what the throne room gives us from a goodies perspective. But, challenging starts are kind of fun to see what the enemy sets have out there on those few enemies they can kill, as well as if there's anything nearby and all that. So it should be exciting. We'll see what the throne room has here momentarily as those runners get underway shortly. They're both going straight strength HP.
Yeah, I mean, that is the meta play to go strength HP. But we have seen, a few agility hit point and agility MP runs do well before.
Yeah, it can always be interesting if they're in a real dire situation with some nasty enemies that they can no longer take on, to see somebody switch up and try and get that little extra strength boost from a different build. But here we go. The king has given them their instructions, and we'll see what's in the throne room momentarily.
Fairy water, that could be used for an early kill on, like, say, I don't know, a wizard, actually.
I don't know if we're going to get that wizard down. Maybe a magician.
Magician, yeah, not wizard. But that cursed belt, now the interesting thing about that cursed belt is, A, it lets us know that at least one of the 3 search bots is in play. B, you can sell that for, what, $160? That's a copper sword right in your hand, or maybe a small shield.
Yeah, that's very, very fair. If there's a town nearby, I always look at that as a potential copper sword. But we see Aaron immediately running into a red slime. On the right, we have Edge taking a safety save in case he throws that fairy water out, say maybe a scorpion, but doesn't quite get it down. Not a bad play.
Yeah, Magician, Scorpion would be really good targets. This Droll, maybe not so much.
Yeah, evidently a couple steps west is the next zone over, because that Droll would not be in Zone 0, and that one's going to send Aaron back to the booth, but he does have that 2 experience.
Meanwhile, Edge trying to deal with this Magi-Drakey that has cornered him, and of course his defense broken him.
Yeah, he threw out that fairy water and got the min roll of 9, the range of fairy water anywhere from 9 to 16. So next swing that lands will kill it, as he's gotten 3 1 attacks and its max HP is 13. So he will quickly rocket to level 2 here with that kill.
Comment in chat, it's Kirkland's signature fairy water. Ooh, 12 power at level 2. And the Radiant spell.
Yeah, that 12 power, definitely the highlight of that level. That moves him up to 17 attack power now. So he is going to be able to take on a lot of this stuff at this point. So definitely just need to get to level 2 to get out of jail. We see a nice fairy water enemy here for Aaron, but opts to not use it here, trying to run instead.
Uses it and doesn't kill it and gets killed.
Oh, that's a feels bad moment. Yeah, tried to run, got run blocked, decided, let me go and throw that out there. And he too gets a min roll from the fairy water at 9, and doesn't get anything for it. Luckily for him, he's just 1 slime, red slime, Draki away from getting that next level. So we'll see if he can find another red slime over here in the hills.
Edge running into a Warlock. Yeep. Now, Warlocks with the hurt spell, that actually doesn't sound so bad. Not able to be done yet, but still.
Yeah, it's not too bad until it also has heal after you chip shot it down in another couple levels when you can. But looks like Aaron's going to get his level 2 in that nice power gain. This Metal Scorpion's going to keep Edge from getting out, and we'll see what the runners decide to do. Are they going to... Well, it looks like Aaron's going to push down a little bit maybe here, but maybe give a little more grinding or check for a town to sell that cursed belt.
Yep, and of course, Edge is using the icon of Prince Edge from Final Fantasy IV. Aaron, I believe, is using a Black Wizard.
Yeah, I'm terrible at who these guys are, so I'll have to trust your instincts and chat on that. So, interestingly enough, we have Edge over here with that newfound power, chip shotting down the Scorpion. We're going to see level 3 here coming in with 4 more power, 3 agility, 0 hit points, 2 magic, and the spell of Hurt More.
Yep, I was right. Black Wizard from Final Fantasy 1, yeah. That's the promotion from Black Mage, which is the one with the straw hat.
All right, that hurt more. Edge just throwing that out there. He's done with it. And, there goes level 4 with another 8 power, 2 agility, 1 hit point, 17 magic, along with Hurt, Stop Spell, and Heal More.
We have, at level 4, both more 27 MP. And a town of Remildar, the place to buy keys.
All right, so a possible, it looked like it could potentially be a slog with that early low strength start instantly boosting over the last 2 levels. We have both Moors. We have keys accessible very quickly. Aaron's picking up his Hurt More, so he is not any further behind. Sees that town on his screen as well. And we'll have the same exact knowledge as Edge here momentarily.
Yeah, now of course Edge is going to immediately die here. He does have only 1 key though. He wasn't able to buy 2 of them.
Yeah, that's quite all right. It's super close. And at this point, even Aaron's not even opting to buy the 1 key he could. He's going to use that money to go ahead and top off, get those Heal Mores or those Hurt Mores back, go out and blow some things up to get his gold. But we're going to get a quick treasure check.
Yeah, as close as this is, it makes a good right play. And there's your key refunded. Torch. Gold. Hey, we have a potential gold grind enabled.
Heck yeah, gold in that top left. Edge getting the exact min roll on it at 500, but he's got that key back. That gold, he's going to have 5 keys after he goes around back, and we'll probably get a check in the basement.
You know, given that you have a refund on the key in there, it would actually be worth it to leave, come back, get that 500 again. If there's something like a hand axe in Remildar, that could be big. I mean, yes, you do have Hurt More, but you also have Heal More and, options.
Well, Aaron going ahead and grinding 11 power, 5 agility, 3 hit points, and the spell of Repel. Like, the Repel's fantastic.
And this is the mountain cave that Edge has found. There are 5 chests down here. This could be potentially pretty decent, especially since you got some fairly tame enemies in here so far. That Scorpion is not a concern.
Yeah, and now that gold chest in the treasury turns all the way around, and we have instant gold grind in Tangible, Red Dragons notwithstanding.
Red Dragons notwithstanding, yeah, that is a little feels bad, man. I guess that was a bit of commentator's curse. I spoke a little too soon.
I'll tell you what, I see what Aaron's going for on the left. Kind of surprising. He's sitting here blasting those like zone 1-2 enemies with Hurt More's getting, chip shot experience in gold. Kind of surprised not to just see him kind of poke out there into one of the random zones. You find one of those mid-game enemies, even up to a Magic Wyvern, all guaranteed to be 1-hit Hurt Mores, and you can get some real big experience and gold really fast.
Absolutely. Now, depending on what's at the bottom, ooh, another red.
Yeah, Edge decides to immediately push back in there. The Red Dragon says, I thought I told you no the first time. Sends him out again. We'll see if he goes for a 3rd time's a charm or decides to come back a little later.
Yeah, the fun police, as the Red Dragons are called, one of the most powerful enemies in the entire game, in the vanilla game anyway, definitely discourages Edge from his further pursuit down there. However, he does now know he's got a gold grind whenever he wants one.
Exactly, and with Aaron getting multiple keys here, we're going to get our first check inside of the rim shop, and and we have a fairy flute.
How flutiful. That will be useful if they run into any golems. You can do flute and fly strats.
Man, that in and rim just loves to be trolly. Usually it's that, you get that 1 key back after spending 2. This time it's like, here, have this thing you can never remove from your inventory.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that level 6. 15, 2, 4, and 30 MP.
Now, Aaron is doing a safety save here. I wonder what he's going to do next.
He's down to 1 key after getting 3 keys out of the back of Rim. So he's going to go in here and go and check the treasury. Not have to reset, so he'll get his key back, the gold back, and we'll probably see a repeat from him of trying the mountain cave at least.
Did you see the MP gains on level 6?
Yeah, there was 15 strength and 30 MP.
At 57 MP with both more, yes, you only got 36 hit points, which means even these specters are going to be pretty dangerous, but that gives you a lot of options. I mean, you start running into things like Axe Knights, you know, bada bing, bada boom. You got some experience.
Oh yeah, yeah. At this stage, with the low hit points, low enough agility, and no gear, giving you terrible defense, you pretty much got to throw a hurt more at any enemy that's going to take more than 1 swing. He's going to go ahead and swing through this, but it's going to take 2, and you'll see it eats up most of his HP. It would have been probably just as best served to just throw that hurt more out there. He's got 11 of them, and the odds on being able to survive and keep all of them is pretty minimal.
He does find another cave, and in this cave is that tablet?
Not sure. I was looking over at Aaron, who did manage to walk all the way to the first chest, and yeah, it is tablet. So the first chest inside of a mountain gave us the fighter's ring.
Excellent. Yeah, Edge does go ahead and throw down a radiant spell. I don't blame him. Bonking through this cave is always a little bit risky, and there's some gold there.
Yeah, get some gold for his trouble here. As Aaron had some really good top luck in this cave, and only found some wyverns. This Droll Magi is also nice now that he's downstairs. Nothing in chest 2, so we either had, I think we had to have a key in there.
Herb or key, but the important thing is gold grind has been activated. We've got the chests already taken care of. We've also got level 7 here, so if he finds another gold chest in here, he's just handed a you know, a Magi Droll. Is that a torch? Yeah, that's a torch.
Torch it was.
Yeah, unfortunately, when the gold grind is enabled, it sometimes has some interesting names instead of items.
And over on Edge, we're going to get another town while Aaron gets the bamboo pole, which was Fairy Water.
Was it Fairy Water?
Yeah, he didn't have Fairy Water before because he had used the one that he had been given, so he's got another one in his inventory here.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna burn all of his MP down here with these mid-tier enemies. It makes a lot of sense. He's doing some decent grinding. Meanwhile, Edge has found the top of the world.
Yeah, he found another town, which I didn't get to see, but based on what I'm seeing here, maybe it was Hawksness, and then a cave, which I also didn't get to see while I was trying to check the last of the mountain there.
Swamp North.
Perfect. Thank you, chat, for catching us there. So, yeah, we have both grind spikes there just east of start. As Edge is catching up on levels here, getting his level 7 with that 4, 12, 2, and 10 more MP.
MP is already looking pretty decent.
Did you see this? Aaron2u2 runs into a red dragon, knows he's going to die, throws out the Hurtmore, and hits the Hurtmore. Unfortunately, Hurtmore not enough to take down a red dragon, but still pretty humorous nonetheless.
I mean, if you're going to go down swinging.
And for those not sure, that Hurtmore is a 1 in 16 chance. It's pretty much a non-existent thing, which is hilarious. So Aaron's going to go west, find his tablet. We'll see if he dives for that gold.
Edge picks up some half plate, a value pick for some much needed defense. Still only has 38 hit points. And then he's going to get trolled with the flute.
Exactly. And see, the game's messing with them. It gave it to them too early before their inventory gets clogged to see if they could truly decide if they want the flute or not. That's the only true testament. If you get the option to take the flute and you still take it, I don't know. But if you get the option, you throw that thing back on the ground where it deserves, well then, I have a little more respect for you. So as we saw, we do have that gold grind available. The only town with the shop so far with Rim didn't really have much. We saw Edge pick up the best equipment that was in there, which was the half plate. So we'll have to see if there's other things nearby in a different town that may ultimately make our runners want to do a gold grind. But they're they're kind of pressing this exploration with this early Hurtmore here, and not too far away from each other on experience or knowledge at this point.
Yeah, it's neck and neck race so far. But, the further out the town is, the more risky it is to try and do a gold grind for it. There's Charlock on Edge's side in the middle of this big old swamp. Star Wyvern just immediately gets Hurtmore down.
Yeah, and that's going to give him level 8. 22 power, 3 hit points, 3 agility, 12 hit points.
And meanwhile, Edge runs into another red dragon, which sent him back home.
Yeah, Red Dragon's in that zone outside of Charlock. Could be a little interesting later. That's nothing worse than getting run blocked by a Red Dragon just trying to get into a Charlock dive. So it looks like we got a little path divergence here. We should see Aaron going south more than likely here, while Edge is going to go ahead and give this mountain the third shot. Unfortunately for him, outside of a +2 attack from that fighter's ring on the top, nothing worth of note in here. We'll see if he can get better luck with the enemies though, because Aaron did get some decent quality early game Hurtmore enemies such as this Wyvern.
With DL2 breath, Jerkbirds.
Poor Edge, man. And right there is the RNG factor in Dragon Warrior Randomizers. We're going to see a new town on Aaron's side down on the southwest corner of the screen. But yeah, 3 times into this mountain cave, and all 3 times sent packing, while Aaron was able to walk through that entire top zone and didn't have a clue about the Red Dragon until he was going back out.
Meanwhile, Aaron has found the town of Breckenary. There is a silver shield for sale in Breckenary. He will go ahead and grab the chainmail as a low-hanging fruit. But we have seen a silver shield. We know we've got a gold grind. The town with the least expensive inn has the most expensive piece of equipment in the game.
Yeah, they got to make up for the lack of income some way. So, you're not going to get it from the inn. You got to get it from the shop, I guess. Oh, Werewolf has the baby breath. Saw that breath going out. So, Aaron's going to get sent home after that, but has a little bit more knowledge there as well.
That's actually not bad. That baby breath is going to be hitting a lot less hard than the physical will be from the werewolves, especially once you get the armor.
Exactly, and the great thing about this seed right now is these runners have fantastic strength, very, very good MP, as we see that MP number has already turned into the orange color, meaning that we're near go stat level for that. While agility and HP, a little behind, but, we're only level 8.
And, agility is just a number.
So Aaron finding him a zone here that he kind of likes. He's going to go back and forth on these hills, try and get him some kills here. We'll see what Edge is up to here. I didn't get to see if he got stopped short of seeing all the chests in the basement.
He did. He's going back for more.
Wow, this is and just another red dragon here. This is just really brutal for him. Aaron, one and done, doesn't have to revisit this mountain unless he wants to try and set up a grind, while Edge just cannot make any progress. Pretty terrible level 9 there, 0215 though.
Yeah, unfortunately, Edge is going to give up again. He's just going to try and walk out into the world and upon it.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I like to see that Aaron settling into a type of a grind here. He doesn't have that Hawksness North swamp knowledge yet. It's just east of start. So he doesn't know that there's spike tiles really close by, but he's taking some value enemies here in this wolf. Although he did throw a herd out here, I think he might have enough to be able to punch it at this point. But Demon Knight on Edge's side stopping him just short of being able to get level 8.
Yeah, Edge has been given the the rough end of the stick on the RNG department so far. You'll notice on their stat sheet as they pull it up, there's another level below gold, and energy is deaths total. We see that Aaron has had 7 and Edge has had 11 so far.
Yeah, 11 for Edge, and 5 of them coming out of the mountain cave alone, where none of his were on purpose. Aaron's one death out of mountain was, because he was already done there.
Yeah, the halls of the mountain cave.
All right, Edge is getting out here into some new territory, I believe. I don't recognize these bridges yet, so see if he finds anything. Race okay at level 8.
The blues, not so much. If he can actually land 2 hurt mores, that's going to be nice, except it uses bite more for exact damage and sends him back home.
Exactly. So question in the chat, seems like a reasonable seed so far. Yeah, we had what had potential to be a slog, a 5 strength start with no abilities, but they got a fairy water. They got quick stats on level 2, the plus 12 strength, and then level 3 came with hurt more. So game on after that.
And then level 4 was heal more and more MP.
All right, and here we go. Aaron takes down a Star Wyvern, going to get level 10, coming in with 1 power, 1 agility, 5 hit points, 10 more magic, and a couple spells with healing outside.
Well, MP is in a really decent place. The strength is actually in a pretty decent place. Hit points, well, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, the lack of hit points and honestly just defense in general is really the limiting factor right now. Although we see Aaron taking on some of these lower level Sherlock enemies and getting some good luck against them. The werewolf with baby breath. This Star Wyvern seems to just have a physical so far. At least this Magic Wyvern's great if he wasn't getting back attack.
Yeah, the regular Wyverns had the deal 2 breath, but these others seem to be fairly chill.
Yeah, so with that little grind there Aaron did for a couple levels has quietly built a 1,000 experience point lead over Edge right now. We'll see if Edge, as he continues to try and press this exploration, can find something to kind of help him out here or shore up the difference in them.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, low-key, that heal spell is actually legitimately useful. He's only got 47 hit points. A heal spell is enough to heal him back up. He doesn't need to be using these heal mores for 8 MP when he could be using a heal for 2.
Yeah, and we saw him immediately do that. He started to menu down towards the heal more remembered heal and just used that instead. But we got a new cave on Aaron's side. And a town over on the west.
Yeah, and a town. Is this grave?
Oh, this is Swamp North in Hawksnest. Okay, I didn't see the direction they came in from. I was going to say, that looked like Swamp North. Okay, so that was actually north and west. There we go.
Meanwhile, Edge has found Breckenary, and there's a blue dragon on the spike tile.
Yeah, that blue dragon getting the jump on him here, so he's going to go ahead and exit out of the fight and try and get the opener here, which he does. He's got to land 2 hurt mores in a row to be able to do it. Gets the first one.
Does he land the second one? Yes, he does. Thou hast done well in defeating the blue dragon. And Erdrick's sword, the big stick.
Yeah, Erdrick's sword, a nice complementary weapon. With Hurt More, it's not as huge, but still, with that 82 strength, we just popped on another 40 attack power. So you can see he already said 124 attack power at level 10.
Yeah, that's a 6 to 12 range on the Dragon Lord's second form, by the way.
Well, we got Erdrick's Sword. We got lots of early strength and MP. We got all the spells we really care about, except maybe Return, although Sharlock wasn't too terribly far away if we did ultimately have to walk. We're missing agility, we're missing hit points, and we're missing all of the items necessary to be able to get into Sharlock.
Yeah, sleep can situationally come in very handy.
Oh, for sure, especially if, you have a stone man on a spike tile that you're looking to have to kill and such. You definitely don't want to have to take that on. So Aaron, I was going to say, I'm surprised Aaron's not going to check this Hawk spike. I'm fairly sure that he wants to do that. Because he's got a blue dragon in the swamp spike, because Hawks is the blue dragon, not exactly the most ideal of grinds. Maybe have a better option here in swamp.
Yep, he does find a metal slime, but it immediately bails. Ooh, Edge getting taken up by one of those werewolves.
Yeah, the werewolf with the baby breath, just a little obnoxious at this low HP. It's just it's just not fun to have to deal with. But that metal slime shows back up for Aaron here and seems to want to stick around this time.
One hit. 2 hits.
Now that's 3.
And that's 3!
Yep.
Courage and Wit has served thee well. That has been promoted to the next level. Response speed 6, hit points 5, 0 strength, 14 MP.
Well then, 108 MP now, so the runners have 13 heal mores with that 108 MP already, and we're about to see what this swamp spike is. Aaron doesn't have much in the way of resources. It's a blue dragon.
It's a blue dragon. And Edge going back into Mountain Cave again.
Yeah, this is Edge's 6th attempt at the mountain. He has taken 3 red dragons to the face, a wyvern, DL2 to the face, and something downstairs got him that I missed. And as we are aware, just unfortunately for Edge, these chests are just terrible down here. He's getting a key and a torch up here. If he can make it around to that final chest, was just a fairy water. And you're going to have a little bit of regret, I think, as a runner that's had this much trouble trying to make it through here to ultimately get no payoff.
Maybe not. He's been into Breckenary. He's seen the silver shield. He knows there's a gold chest up top.
Yeah, fair. The stone man's probably what got him before. Yeah, and here's where you probably want that sleep, because hurt more on a stone man, honestly, probably about the same he'd be getting hit for physically.
At least he's got hurt more and enough MP to be able to be generous with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can throw that away, throw that around very frivolously, and not have to worry about running out. To be quite honest, at this point in the game, you're more likely to die before using all that MP. But he finally gets the full clear here. He gets that fairy water. We'll see if he takes that death warp or walks back out and up and around.
Yeah, he's gonna take chest 2 and chest 1 on the way back out to set up the gold grind, I'm betting.
Yeah, you might as well. You're walking past it. It just gets it going a little faster as Aaron continues going up here, finds a town in the desert.
Well, he did go ahead and get his fast track back home from this demon knight, which dodged him twice. But he now has the gold grind set up in the treasure room, and we'll see what he does. Yep,
absolutely.
He's going for it.
Yeah, 100%, especially once he opened that second chest downstairs that he had already had knowledge of. It was pretty clear, I think. But yeah, we'll see him. He's going to top his key back off there and grab him some gold. At this point, we saw magic armor for Aaron over here in Garenham in addition to the silver shield. Aaron's kind of getting all those little side items, dragon scales and herbs topped off here. Puts his dragon scale on, and we'll get a quick check of the back.
So Edge actually had a much rougher time from Mountain, but at the same time, you know, he is going to go ahead and get himself at least a silver shield, if not more gear. I don't know what else is there.
Yeah, I don't believe there was much of importance. There might have, it depended on a weapon. Oh my gosh, armor in the back of Grave or Garenham.
And the death necklace. And an herb.
Well, there's not a lot you can say about this. I mean, for those that have been watching this from the beginning, RNG has just been absolutely wildly varied as Aaron finds the grave in the back as well. How vanilla, but Edge just with just terrible RNG luck. While Aaron has had a lot of things going his way, the double hurt mores on the Blue Dragons, the single dive in Mountain Cave. Even when he found Breckenary, he made it to Breckenary the first time with no trouble, where Edge got sent home by a red dragon before being able to confirm what that town was the first time down here.
And the first chest is an herb. Second chest is Erdrick's Token, one of the 3 key items. And the third is another herb. So not much up here. What is down below? He will be diving deep. Meanwhile, Edge does get his silver shield.
All right, Edge has the edge in the defense now, even being a couple levels behind. But yeah, we'll see if this dive pans out. I'll be curious to see what Aaron's thinking here, because there was still stuff past here that he has not explored. Does he try and clear out these last 2 items, take a death warp, knowing where that silver shield is nearby in 2 different towns now, or does he possibly save enough for an outside and try to push the exploration further?
At this point, you almost have to push the exploration. I mean, you've got hurt more, you've got both more, you've got 84 MP in the tank. You now have the silver shield and half plate for some decent defenses. He's picking up the dragon scale here for a couple of extra points. You need to go out and find your key items so that you can get into grind and go mode.
Yeah, I can see that for sure, and I think personally that's what I would definitely do as well. But sometimes the allure of a silver shield for these runners can be very high. For Aaron at this point, he's already cleared Mountain, and this is the other big cave that he could take a death warp out of. So we'll find out what his intentions are after he clears for sure, because we'll know at that point. But he gets a dragon scale in chest 4. Yeah, so as we pass 30 minutes and we kind of touch base on the difference in RNG between these 2 runners so far, which has led to this 1,700 point experience deficit that Edge is currently experiencing. I've been trying to think of what could possibly go Edge's way to get him back into this race. And I was going to say something deep and grave that Aaron gets killed out of, but as we just saw, he ran from a red dragon first try at 53 agility. But some kind of exploration luck, terrible Char luck, or a borderline level that Aaron decides to go on that Edge decides to grind past, I think are best options for Edge to really catch up.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Aaron is a little bit ahead in terms of experience points, in terms of exploration, but, I mean, anything can happen, and Charlock is the great equalizer for a reason.
Well then, that level was pretty nice in those stats categories that were missing. 3 strength, 22 agility, 14 hit points, 5 more MP.
Yep, that means Edge, with his silver shield, is going to be repelling a lot when he gets to Charlock.
Yeah, as long as he's been able to because the armor was in the back here. I was thinking that was in Hawksness, but that was the sword. So curse belt number 2 for Aaron in the basement. So I guess he has the knowledge and knows that he has to go find things. So at this point, we need to find Cole and or Cantlin. Do we have Freebie Cave left? I believe as well. Yeah,
Freebie Cave is still outstanding. Yeah, but the 2 big caves are already up. That was Jerk. So, Edge found Jerk. I don't know if Aaron has found Jerk.
Yeah, I'm not 100% if Aaron's been to this portion of the map either. It does get a little confusing, bouncing back and forth. But, yeah, surprisingly, Aaron is going to take this Death Warp. I think based on the stats I'm seeing, especially if I was a runner, I'm thinking how close I actually am already to go mode. And I really don't want to press press back for a silver shield and lose that exploration advantage. But again, he might feel like he's greatly ahead and just trying to set himself up for a better dive here.
Yeah, on Edge's side, there were a bunch of little bridges and some swamp. I would have been tempted to search that swamp for the mirror, but wait a minute, that's the sequel to the game. Or prequel.
Yeah, very nice there for sure. So Edge finally getting to level 10 here. Exactly, 1,500 and change behind. Like I said, exactly before giving an average there. But get some more spells. Aaron's grinding away. He'll have his 14-8 here in a moment. We'll see if he saves first, because there was red dragons down there, although I don't know that he particularly saw it.
Yep, here's the Sparko Bridge over on Edge's side.
And we're going to get the check of the Sparko Bridge here, and nothing. One day, Sneaky, it's going to happen.
One day it's going to happen. Meanwhile, seed validated.
So Aaron does indeed go ahead and save. I guess if you're going to take the time to go ahead and die out of grave to try and set this up, you might as well take that extra additional 30 seconds to make yourself safe here.
And now he's going to go ahead and start repelling, which is also a good idea.
One thing we haven't talked about for these runners, based on the way our brackets were set up, we had 8 runners that were the top of their groups that got a bye. So these runners already know if they were managing to win 2 of their 3 races here, who their next opponent will be. And that opponent will be the man that was just talking in chat, Bob Pineapple MD. So see him here scouting out the competition. Always a good call.
Ooh, Edge finds this blue dragon on Hawksness and does not make it.
Yeah, he had the same luck with Aaron getting hit and then tried to run. Unfortunately, was blocked from being able to run and sent packing. All right, so Aaron makes it all the way back up here to where Garanham was. Finds out it's instantly dead ends both north and west. So didn't really miss much this way. And honestly, I don't think it took him too terribly long to get back here. So, maybe about a 2-minute commitment on that silver shield for that extra 20 defense. And with Repel right now, he's blocking everything Star Wyvern, Werewolf, and down.
Ooh. Runs into an AK-47, Edge does, yeah. But you have to check those little paths and make sure they are, in fact, dead ends, because there's always that one time when it's not actually a dead end.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Aaron's got a town over here. I'm not sure if we've seen it on either runner side yet. He's made it back to Hawksness. Okay. He just took a weird path back. All right, so Ed's pushing back out. Keeps getting back attacked a lot. We have 47 agility. It's not the greatest in the world. Definitely not the worst, though. But we'll see if he can just make any kind of progression towards any of the items. Right now, Aaron has all the max equipment that you can possibly want. Has knowledge that there's a very high probability that the last 2 items are going to be Cantlin and Cole with coordinates in play. Possibly the freebie cave, but has explored a lot of this map. He's going to go ahead and opt to grind some blue dragons.
I don't think we've seen Staff Cave yet either.
Yeah, that's one of those things you just hope to come across while you're out exploring for the rest of the stuff.
Problem is, with only 47 hit points, with all of these back attacks, you often don't get a chance. You're just dead.
Oh, no, Aaron's not grinding some blue dragons. Aaron is he's going to possibly do a preemptive rescue here. I know he has spoken about being a fan of doing the preemptive rescue when you haven't found Cantlin yet. We'll see if he opts to walk her around or return her right away.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like you said, it's almost guaranteed that the harp and the stones are going to be on the search spot and and Cole. So already having the princess in hand, when you get the coordinates, can sometimes be useful.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have confirmation it will be all three, since we did have the sword in Hoxness and we've only seen 2 belts, but we have extremely high probabilities. Of course, this game really loves to mess with you when you have high probabilities.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost as bad as XCOM sometimes.
All right, so Aaron running that Red Dragon. HP's just kind of, even with this defense, kind of iffy at best. You have to get some lucky low rolls from the Red Dragon to even get a swing in. Does get away from it, though. Opts to go through Swamp South, so I think we're in some new territory here. I don't know that either runner's gone through yet.
I don't believe so. Found a large desert here. Gonna go ahead and repel away the weenies, just so that you don't run into anything too obnoxious. Doesn't look like an especially large second continent, though.
Yeah, unless it presses north above this bridge. Oh, no, it's complete nothing.
Yep, this second continent is completely useless. He immediately throws up the wings of the wyvern, and you know what? Since you're here already, you might as well return the princess to Daddy Dearest.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not too terribly much out of the way, and with the high probability of those chords, especially if they end up being kind of rough, you're already in play. You know, how many times have we seen a runner find Cantlin like 90 tiles away from start, and then the chords end up being like 5 steps outside of it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so for knowledge for chat, we do have Cole and Cantlin outstanding. Additionally, we do have the Stones Cave, or aka the Freebie Cave, and the Harp Exchange for the staff. So we have those 4 locations outstanding. As far as individual runner knowledge, I'm not sure if Aaron has seen the Jerk, TBD on that one, but we did see that on Edge's side.
Yeah, right now Edge is 2 levels behind as far as experience is concerned, which is really kind of hurting him. Aaron has just seen Charlock from below, and there's the Jerk. So he has officially now seen the Jerk.
Yep, so yeah, that was kind of northwest of Brecken area, and he did die to a Red Dragon pretty quickly after coming out of Breck earlier. So he's into some new territory for him. I'm not sure how far Edge was able to make it over here before also finding an enemy that didn't like him.
Well, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot over here, except a bunch of dead ends.
Yeah, so far it looks like we might have to go south along that side. So Edge, just shy of level 11 now, has slightly closed the gap, but if Aaron takes out this Blue Dragon for a big 180, I'm going to put that right back up.
Well, Edge is also taking out a blue, so there is that. There should kind of be a hint to Edge that maybe he wants to go back to Hawks. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, the problem with Edge right now is he has the 47 HP level still, so he has to rely on 2 Hurtmores. Doesn't have that Erdrick sword, which is hiding below the Blue Dragon he has to kill. So he's going to have to hit the 2 Hurtmore double fecta there to be able to get that big boost.
Yeah, because that's going to take him from no weapon to the biggest weapon in the entire game.
All right, so Edge going to get the level on this, but we do have Aaron coming across one of our missing caves, and it's a cave we'll be back to in a little bit.
Yep, that is Staff Cave, which, you know, he doesn't have the harp yet, so valuable knowledge of where it is, though.
Yeah, it's pretty far out of the way too. It really is well out here. He has walked quite a while. Jerk being, if I had to guess, maybe 50, 60 tiles north. But Edge coming across Garanham finally is going to get him some armor at least.
Gonna get some armor, gonna get some other stuff as well. As I recall, the Death Necklace was here too.
Yep, right there, herb down here, and then in the back is Grave. Grave, a 100% dud, but we'll see if he decides to go ahead and dive all 5. All right, Aaron coming in at level 13 with 0, 9, 13, and 1. So again, numbers in those categories, they desperately need them in, getting them a little bit closer to being able to go do a dive.
Yeah, that hit point is still nowhere close to where you're going to want to be. The strength is starting to look a little bit better. I mean, a 127 is not horrible, especially not with like Fairy Water strats and as many heal mores as they now have in the tank.
And chat corrected me. I did misread my note here. Yeah, token was in the top middle chest, so absolutely do need at least to hit the top 3 of grave here. So kind of a little mini recap again, as we have maybe some new people in chat coming in, kind of curious about what happened here. Why is there such a disparity? And honestly, the biggest difference in this race has been early RNG, as Aaron's going to come across one of our 2 missing towns here. And we got Caitlin, so no need to check any of these shops here. So looks like he's going to fly right back here, see if we do have coordinates, and if we do, he has the GPS princess in hand, ready to go find them.
Thou must go fight. No coordinates, which means Cole will be mandatory.
I love it. So the preemptive princess rescue, probably not a bad play. I think it's the right call at the time with his knowledge, not coming into play. So at this point, from our perspective and Aaron's perspective, he knows exactly what he needs. He needs one of those 2 items in coal, and the other is in the Stones Cave. So he's got to find those last 2 locations, and he's seen a lot of his maps, so I would assume he's probably going to be coming across them here soon. But I did want to finish that statement earlier. So a lot of bad RNG, and unfortunately Edge saw all of the bad side of that RNG, while Aaron saw all of the good side, to be quite honest. It was very very opposite on both of them. So Aaron getting a lot of that early gear, a lot of that early levels, and at one point we were nearly 2,000 separated in experience. So we'll see what happens here. There's always a chance, there's always a chance, and we'll see what Edge can do, or maybe pull off to be able to get back in this.
He is diving bottom of grave, unfortunately, but,
Yeah, and the one thing I hope goes his way, and I won't say it until afterwards, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
Yeah, but Aaron knows exactly what he needs to find. He needs to find a cave, and he needs to find a town. And he's doing a lot of wander. Oh, here we go!
No, that's Brecken area, again, I do believe.
He's doing 27 damage to a red. He's got 92 defense.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be repelling half of Sharlock. We have fairly decent stats, and with how much HP we still need to go, roughly 18 to feel comfortable. There's possibility we're gonna have big gains in those other stats still.
Potentially. One hopes one would find at least a little bit more strength. I mean, it's possible with that kind of strength total, but I'd really like some more, since it's pretty clear, unless something really big happens, you're not going to be using that cursed necklace.
Exactly. So we got Edge being able to complete out his dive there, and what I was going to say is hopefully he doesn't run into a red dragon that stops him short, because we did know there were red dragons down there. That would have been, I think, catastrophic. Edge, after having so many times repeatedly threw himself at mountain to be thrown out by reds, DL2 Wyvern, and whatever else in the basement, probably a stone man. He finally had something go a little bit his way, even if it didn't pay off.
Yeah, but what would have been horrible is if a red had caught him just before that last chest, and then he decided he had to redive.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, I wasn't sure what floor they were on. I just remembered seeing one on Aaron's side. So, very, very good then. So, Aaron looking like he's getting towards that southeast corner of the map, which we definitely have not gotten towards yet. I think at this point, this is all we have left. I think he's got to come across something soon, or has just missed a little pathway somewhere back up north.
Yep, and this is about the only way that we've got Edge catching up, is if he somehow stumbles across Cole and the other cave.
Yeah, the problem here is Aaron's repelling practically the entire overworld. We do have a few armor knights running around. I think we've seen 2 red dragon zones. But, so he's not making any experience, really. He's getting the one-off red dragon here or there. Fire, there we go. Comes across the Stones Cave. Which one is it?
The Stones of Sunlight in the Stones of Sunlight cave.
Wow. All right. So vanilla. But it's okay because now we have a harp in coal. We do know that for a fact at this point. And
so
Aaron knows
vanilla stones, vanilla harp. Who rolled this? Oh no! Wait a minute. No, it's the flute that's in coal normally. It's at least a musical instrument.
Exactly. The instruments are silly indeed. But where is Cole hiding? Does Cole even exist?
It probably doesn't exist. It's probably just a myth.
All right, we got Edge back over in Hawksness. Maybe as his screen freezes up here, we'll see if he, with this newfound additional HP and all that extra defense he has now, if he's going to be able to go over here and take on this blue dragon and get it out. But he gets a preview blue dragon on the way in.
And declines to participate. Oh, there it is. Found the bridge. There's Cole.
Very nice. And nice thing here for Edge with this additional HP in this defense. Much more attainable fight. He can heal more in between the attacks here and make these extra hurt more chances go through, you know. So very highly likely he's going to take it out. In fact, he's going to go ahead and swing through and guarantee some stuff here.
Yeah, he picked up an axe earlier in Garanham to be able to just do something besides hurt more. And there's the big stick.
Exactly. So now he is fully geared up. At this point, the only thing he's got to do is find those last 3 locations that are missing for him, or 4, because he Caitlin obviously not needed, but he hasn't seen Caitlin Cole. He hasn't seen the Stone Cave, and he has not seen the Staff Exchange pickup dude. And those are all somewhere. And Aaron walked all over the place to get to those. So at this point, yeah, Edge has, if things go well, I think 5 minutes of exploring here to get caught up on the locations. And then, you know, a large deficit. We'll see how it goes.
We will see how it goes, but, ooh, Aaron getting caught by these dragons on his way into coal.
Yeah, that's fantastic. He's going to pick up level 14 here on the way to pick up his harp, getting another 15 HP, almost there, and gets 4 more MP, putting him up to 15 heal mores.
Yep.
Or just shy, sorry.
And here is Cole. We've secretly replaced this flute with a harp. Let's see if he can tell the difference.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the update to the randomizer that lets me have some random songs for these instruments. I think they might turn. I might turn around on my thoughts on them. I want to be able to inject some random sounds in there.
Maybe have like the flute from Zelda 1 instead of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, I could get down with anything, especially if I could inject stuff, you know, obviously stream friendly into it myself. I think that would be awesome, but I'd be good with you know, dealer's choice as well. All right, so Aaron taking on this Stone Man, just kind of knocking down anything he's running into at this point. It's looking kind of potentially likely that 15 will be full go. Attack power is kind of stagnated a bunch, but with the high defense and currently 14, potentially 15 heal mores, he'll have a ton of temps to be able to swing to where I think I saw this in chat as well. But yeah, I think if you're feeling super desperate, you could possibly go give this one a shot.
It's possible. We'll have to see. I would like at least a few more hit points first. I really would prefer to have at least 97 hit points so that I can survive 2 max DL2 breaths and not die. But you know, it is what it is.
So we got Edge over here, also preemptively picking up the princess. And we'll see if he decides to just walk her around for a bit here after getting the fantastic news that the Swamp Continent was 50 tiles wide and or 5 tiles wide with nothing in it and completely worthless.
Oh yeah, that might be an interesting flute music piece. Booskaboos Flute from Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yeah, nice. What I want to have happen here, and again, Sharlock's not super far away, but I want 15 to come with absolutely completely ghost stats, but no spell of return, just to throw the runners off after they finish the game and try to hit that return.
Walk of shame if they forget the wings. Yes.
But this Red Dragon is absolutely the right play here at this point. Picking up 350 a pop for, on average 3.5 swings here is fantastic if this is the zone he's going to stay in.
Well, what he's doing is he's going to flute or harp cave.
Yeah, I guess you can go ahead and get that out of the way. It doesn't matter if you do that first, then come back and grind or vice versa. And honestly, with the amount of MP, heck, he might be thinking just get the rainbow and start diving. You can get the last level on the way down and hope that it comes with everything. All right, staff acquired for Aaron. Got a roughly 3,000 experience point lead at this point. So Edge, taking on some good enemies now that he's got his gear. Just hitting level 13 himself here. He's just got to get south. He's got to get into that whole southern area where all of these locations were kind of spread out, just completely spread out. Get that quick knowledge here, and then at this point though, he's gonna need a lot of things to go wrong.
Yeah, comment in chat. If you die after beating DL2 because you don't have returned, what happens? You can't. No more enemies will spawn after you defeat the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, the game even gets a little trolly where you have this little stutter step through these little yellow hills that we see on both runner screens. But after you beat the Dragon Lord, you no longer have to stutter through those hills either. I don't know, you kind of glide across them or something. All right, Aaron, 2 Red Dragons away, and we got one on his screen right now. So...
Oh, point in chat. You can be soft-locked if you don't have return. Charlock is second continent with swamp locked behind Garenham and you're out of keys.
Well, that's pretty funny if that happens. I mean, I'm not even going to be mad if I ever get into that type of situation. Just the sheer hilarity of being able to beat the Dragon Lord pre-level 16 because you don't have return yet, and additionally just didn't plan it out, would just be over the top of funny.
Of course, that wouldn't be a problem because Garenham would almost certainly have Wings of the Wyvern for sale.
No, after the game's won, you can't buy anything. None of the shopkeepers want to sell you anything. They don't care about money anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, they tell you some silly stuff about going to see the Keen or something, because I did try it once when I was a newer runner and didn't have return and tried to pick up some wings. Well, there's level 15. 2 strength, 0 agility, 5 hit points, 4 magic. Gives him that 15th heal more. Gives him 99 HP and 130 attack power. I mean, barring catastrophe, this is 100% winnable.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a 7 to 15 range. It's absolutely doable. And like you said, no return spell. Aaron is going to go ahead and sell off a torch. Uh-oh. Is he going to fill up on fairy water and forget wings?
Yeah, I guess he's gonna, since he's here, he's gonna go ahead, selling that death necklace, getting rid of as much as possible. Said, hey, dude, I got a black market flute that I'll sell you, and this chick's love as well that I don't really need anymore if you want to take it. And unfortunately, they won't take those.
Oh no, He's going to fill up on Fairy Water for Fairy Water strats. He's going to forget to pick up the wing.
It's quite all right. I think Sherlock's like a 30-second walk from start, so it isn't really going to set him back much. It's just kind of the hilarity of the situation.
Comment in chat, what is the best capture card for NES? Well, NES connected to coax, so you're going to need some kind of converter anyway.
There we go, Slamoo giving you a recommendation there. I have no idea as well, so there we go. Beta's giving his recommendation. So yeah, chat's always a wealth of knowledge when it comes to a lot of this, so GG chat, appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, while we're on that topic, given that we are rounding the 1 hour mark, would like to point out, you know, if you like this kind of content, you can always go ahead and check it out on the website. The DragonWarriorRandomizer.com has the randomizer and all the stuff. It has a link to the Discord if you want to go check it out. We're a very welcoming, open community, and we always love helping out new players get into this, and who knows, we might see you in the next tournament.
Was there possibly a wings in here? Is that why Aaron came back into the treasury? Not yet. There we go. He remembers. He picks up this wings just because there's no easy wing shop nearby.
Okay, we remembered the wings.
That's one of the funniest ways I've seen people pick up wings in quite a while. That's pretty funny. He did remember those, so you know he's gonna be able to save that extra walking at the end by having spent the extra walking at the beginning, I guess.
And now he gets this red dragon blocking him from the front before he can ever get into Charlock.
I called this earlier when Edge was over here early in the race. He saw this ran into that red dragon. I said, nothing's worse than a red dragon playing bodyguard outside of Charlock blocking you before you can even get inside. Yeah, already blowing an herb or 2 herbs. Nope, throwing a fairy water over him instead. Yeah, the fairy water's looks like he's going to be using it for repel purposes as well. Because at 92, he's repelling a ton of Charlock. So we'll see how this dive goes. No encounters yet. There we go. Does manage to finally get away from that armor knight. Does a double take on his agility just to make sure he didn't have it mistracked, because that's what I do as well when I completely fail the run.
Agility is just a number.
So it looks like possibly just armor knights in the top zone that we're not repelling right now. He is definitely finding them well enough though. So that's number 3.
Yeah, these AKs are all over the place at the top. Oh, Edge has just found the Stones of Sunlight.
Yeah, very nice. So yeah, he's nearing where Cole was. It was not too terribly far from here. We saw Aaron find that for the harp, maybe within a minute of this.
Yeah, absolutely. So he did make up some time here, but unfortunately, it may be too little, too late. Although, if Aaron keeps getting bad chart luck...
Yeah, I mean, bad chart luck could definitely play into it. Unfortunately, for Edge, and fortunately for Aaron, there we go. He found Cold. Thank goodness for him. He'll be in full knowledge mode at this point and get his homework wrapped up and get into a full grind here. So he's only a level away from the same go level. He could theoretically start diving immediately. He is nearly the full level away, but he can start diving, grinding stuff that's mainly damage broken on the way down. As we've seen, Aaron has only seen that armor knight so far. So, you know, outside of that, everything else is damage broken that we would have potentially ran into.
Valid.
Yeah, so let's think about this. We do have high defense, but from 99 hit points, you know, you're not being able to overheal. Red Dragons down here are making it a little funner as well, you know. I don't think we run out of enough heal mores regardless of even having to use up a few, but say you get a couple bad heal mores after, you know, a couple 48 rolls and have to keep repeatedly double heal moring. That might be another in for Edge here if we have like a really poor DL2 fight in that instance. Just trying to think of other options, but yeah, Edge could theoretically be diving here in 3 minutes.
Yep. Unfortunately, this is going to be in Aaron's favor if nothing happens, depending on what's on that spike top. We have not seen golems and what they can do. It is an armored knight. He's going to be able to take this down.
Yeah, Armor Knight just using that axe the whole time we've seen him. So no concern whatsoever. Throws on an herb. That's all he needs to do. He'll go into this with full resources. So here we go. Let's see how this goes for Aaron. Definitely a big favorite here. And he does have a couple fairy waters in tow if he wants to throw them out there for a slight bonus. We'll find out.
He's almost certainly going to be throwing that fairy water in Act 2. I mean, it's only like a 1 or 2 point. I think it's a 9 to 16 instead of a 7 to 15.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. He's got the Dragon Lord damage broke, as we saw with that nice 8 attack that the Dragon Lord just did there. But Aaron opted to go ahead and try and maximize his MP as much as possible. Wasn't able to get in there with full resources. We'll see if he gets the opener.
Well, no back attack, so he does get an opener for 9 damage. Wait, is he not using his...
No, he was getting ready to heal more, and then realized he still had 50 HP left and got a double still.
Hey, good, but he's not using his fairy water.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, it probably isn't worth the menuing just to get those 2 fairy waters out, I think is what he has.
Yep. Yep, 77 hit points and still a double opening. You get that when you have 92 defense and the guy decides to try and physical.
Yeah, I mean, still pretty terrible odds to actually pull that off, so it was pretty nice to see the Dragon Lord physicaling for a low roll. I have seen a double one time from 99 straight up, which was also ridiculous, where it rolled 2 24s in a row. All right, while this is going on and seemingly free, we never know what'll happen though. Miss menu or nerves get the worst of you. You throw a hurt more instead of a heal more. Edge is 1100 and change away from that go level of 15 as he's wrapping everything up here.
And this red dragon will certainly help with that.
Absolutely. He especially has seen lots of red dragons, so he knew exactly where to go to be able to find some of them guys.
Yeah, he's also heading in the general direction of the staff cave. Get his laundry list taken care of.
Now, I think he already got the staff. Yeah, he's heading up towards Jerk right now. All right, Aaron's down to, a few swings left of 4-ish at this point. It's a lot of swings, so I didn't feel like counting, but easily wins. Still has 2 heal mores. All right, yeah, get those GGs out in chat for aaron2u2. He's going to take today's race. Just a reminder to our chat that this is a best of 3, and this was the first race, so Aaron will not advance yet, but will take a 1-0 advantage over Edge moving into race 2. Oh no, Edge did forget to get his staff first. Went to the jerk in error first, and then realized his mistake. Came down here, now has the staff, and does know where the jerk is. Is just over 500 away from that next level, and we'll see if he continues or not. Looks like that's going to be a not because I see him in the waiting room already. So get the GGs out there for Edge. You know, Edge got put in a big hole early and really did a fantastic job fighting. As you can see, the difference 23 deaths for Edge versus only 10 for Aaron. And for Edge to be theoretically 5 to 7 minutes behind Aaron at the end of this seed is, you know, a testament to his ability to really put forth the best that he could on this.
Yeah, I mean, really, this was an RNG. And GG Edge.
Edge didn't like you telling him GG and has went back to the waiting room.
Hey, remember, this is a push-to-talk room.
I don't know what honestly happened right there. I just went to go say something, and all of a sudden, I went to push to say something, and it's like, no, wrong channel.
Reddit is, or Discord is as Discord does.
Something along those lines. Wow, what a seed.
Yeah, you got RNG'd hard.
I feel it. Believe me, I feel it.
Yeah, how do you feel about that mountain cave after all was said and done? You know, we saw you repeatedly give that the old college try. Not getting much of a payoff in there at the end of it.
Yeah, when I got that last chest, I just looked at it and went, wow, was totally not worth my time. And, you know, 4 failed dives in the mountain, and I was just like, wow, I knew I was behind at that point, especially when I started finding all of the things in the right places. And I was like, yeah, Aaron is just killing it right now.
Yeah, by the way, Aaron slipped through Mountain Cave in 1 dive.
Ouch. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Not only that, but he also took the blue that was guarding the Erdrick sword pretty easily, too. He got his double hurt more off pretty easily. And hey, GG Aaron.
Hey. GG Edge.
Same to you, man. Yeah, that as far as that blue dragon goes, both times that I attempted to go in, the first time he just back attacked me. I was just really checking. And then the second time, he just back attacked me when I was actually going to make the dive for it. It's like, well, that's not happening just yet either.
Yeah, so to kind of bring Aaron up to speed here, and then we'll see what his thoughts were as well. The big difference here happened pretty early with RNG, where you had a successful first dive in Mountain, and Edge just repeatedly got thrown out by Red Dragons, DL2 Wyverns, and the such, and lost a lot of time there. Additionally, your ability to really pick up that sword early on that double hurt more on the Blue Dragon the first try versus Edge had to go a few times as well. Kind of put him in the hole. Ultimately, the additional deaths Edge found there, 23 versus 10, led to the difference. It was actually not as far away as it appears, though, at the end.
So what was 15 the go?
15 was go mode.
I figured it would be. I was just waiting on HP, and that was horrid until we hit like 11 and 12. Like, we had just enough HP to do nothing.
Yeah, HP definitely the worst legging stat by far, even though that strength and MP was just through the roof. So Aaron, what were your thoughts on this seed overall?
Well, I liked a lot of it. Again, I knew I got lucky there in Hawksness, but I don't know. Did I use the sword ever until the end? I pretty much just hurt more everything until right at the end where I started taking out some random blue dragons and red dragons in the overworld. Because I don't know. I don't know if getting the silver when I did was smart, because I was literally seeing like one enemy every couple of minutes for a while in that overworld.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about that one because, yeah, it was a little later in the race when you did opt to do that, and we were kind of talking about that here in the booth and in chat as well. You still had multiple locations left, but we're kind of getting down, and we're pretty far out there in Garenham, which at least I thought was far out there until you walked right back there. But, yeah, I was kind of curious. What were you thinking there? Was it just because you hadn't gotten a shield yet, or...?
Yeah, honestly, I had when I found Breckenary, I saw there was a large shield, and I thought about just hanging out and fighting things. And unfortunately, the game didn't agree with that decision. If I'd have grabbed the large shield, I wouldn't have bothered with the gold grind. But I don't know. I hadn't seen much beyond Grinham, and then there wound up being nothing. And then the other route went straight to Hawksness, which I had already seen. So there's a lot of ways where the seed could have went much faster with better, like just guessing better directions too. Like the fact that I went back through Breckenary at the end instead of going east, probably it was a 6 to 7 minute difference in the race. I lost so many resources and just struggled to get all the way down there to Cantlin, and then to see that Cantlin actually didn't have anything, and I bet on, Stone's Cave not having one of the key items, and I lost that bet.
Yeah, I think we all lost that bet, to be quite honest. I would wager that almost everybody thought it was going to be both the Cords and Cole having the last two items there.
Although there was some of us holding out for the armor being in Charlock instead of where it was.
That was in Grinham, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Grinham, and Cole just took me forever to find. I that was the last thing I found. I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, same. And then I went in and checked, and I'm like, oh, I don't have wings. And instead of being maybe smart and buying them in Cole, I decided to walk all the way around and bet on 15 for return, and then that didn't happen. And I don't know. I made a questionable decision there. I probably should just walked in the Charlock and then done the DK walk of shame afterward. That probably would have been just as fast as me walking back to Tantagel for the wings.
Yeah, I love that. No, that's exactly what I said after, especially because you knew it was in there, but ultimately guessed last chest, so you had to open all the chests first. And I mentioned that I said I'm pretty sure he just spent as much, if not more, time getting these wings than he would have just walking back at the end.
Now, Edge, you actually found Cole a little bit sooner, equivalently, than Aaron did. Aaron spent a lot of time double-crossing his own paths and not going the right directions and finding things that weren't relevant. You kind of were a lot closer towards finding Cole and finding Freebie Cave than once you started moving in that direction.
Yeah, and I think what killed me is a lot of double back exploration, thinking, okay, I missed something over here. I had to have missed something over here. I had to have missed something over here. And that did waste a lot of time on my part. And like I said, just monsters not agreeing with me, zones not agreeing with me. It hurt.
Well, that's why we have a best of 3, so that RNG doesn't determine the victor in every match.
I was pretty excited about that. Those mountain zones right next to the tablet. I knew we couldn't really explore too far, and I was like, I need something to use this hurt more on. And then I see that knight, and I'm like, oh, well, okay, we'll try this. And then there was a werewolf, and that was nice. And there was something else, maybe a droll magi. And I think I got around 1,000 experience just hanging out there. That was really awesome. Even though we didn't get a lot of hit points out of that, it was. It just made all the rest of the stats better. The agility was through the roof, and I felt pretty comfortable after that. But without that sort of grind, I would have been pretty hopeless. I would have just been kept wandering around looking for a grind.
Yeah, that was ultimately the grind that separated you two. While you were doing that is when Edge was running into that, that mountain luck and just getting unfortunate encounters and not being able to complete any of that early exploration you completed out.
That kind of makes sense then. Like because Mountain Cave, the Zone 2 in Mountain Cave seemed to be pretty good to grind in until I think right before the end I saw something unfortunate and then went to the first floor and saw a red dragon. But I was actually wanting to grind in there, and then the game just started not showing me enemies for really long periods of time, and it got kind of frustrating.
Can you tell us what happened with that red dragon encounter, by the way? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure I ran first try.
No, you threw a hurt more and it landed and then took the death.
Oh, that's right. That was awesome. Yeah, I was having some fun with that. I thought afterward, I'm like, I should have done like the stop spell thing, but you land a hurt more on a red dragon, even though you know you're just gonna die. It's fun.
Yep, that Swagmore.
I tell you, my one vindication in the whole thing was immediately picking up the sword, starting to leave Hawksness, running into the red dragon, and just throttling him.
Yeah, that's always a very, very feels good moment for sure. So yeah, for you, Edge, I mean, at the end, you did have slightly better in-game exploration, which did get you a little closer. I would say, honestly, you were probably just over a dive behind where earlier than that, it was definitely a runaway. So you did a fantastic job on that tail end, really catching up between Aaron having to basically remap the whole world there. It seemed, and you getting that finishing there, just unfortunate for the beginning. So as we're getting ready to wrap up here, what do you guys have thoughts moving into the next race, or any further thoughts on this one?
For me, it's just going to be better decisions, and I had multiple thoughts of, okay, we'll just come back when we get a couple levels, and maybe RNG won't be so disgusting, and it didn't pan out. That's all there is to it. It just didn't pan out on this one, but that's why we do best of 3 in these tournament brackets, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right. Well, speaking of the next one, this is going to be the last one for the evening, but tomorrow we have round 2, Vertical versus Nim. I'm not going to spoil who won in the previous match that happened just earlier today. You're going to have to go check it out on the VODs. And then after that, we have back-to-back Z-Man versus Ziggy. They're going to go at it at 8 o'clock and then again at 10 o'clock. Back-to-back races with the same guys to see who's gonna do things. So either we're gonna see a tie there, in which case they'll finish it after that, or it's just gonna be done right there. But yeah, apparently they scheduled all 3 of their races back to back to back.
No! I think you're looking at that one wrong. I think that game 2, they always do that if it expects to go overnight. Game 3 is the next day, but it is really tight. That's going to be exciting because that's the Z versus Z, USA versus Canada, and if Ziggy wins, we end up with I think a fully Quebecois matchup in the next round. So Z-Man's there defending the honor of the United States of America, or something like that,
Yeah, exactly. It's the North America Cup for sure. So yeah, with those on the docket, we still have several of the other bracket matches that still need to get on here. So definitely keep an eye out for any updates. We could definitely have some last minute plays here. So not all inclusive as of yet, but this will be exciting. In fact, we don't have match 2 for these two in the books yet. So we'll see what happens when they get back together. You want to take us out, Ziggy? It looks like we're going to be hitting up to G, who's playing some Willow.
All right, in that case, this has been the match between Aaron and Edge. I am Sneaking the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth has been DK9146. We've had Archfield Monk bringing the restreams, and our tracker, who has already left, was
Vinicus.
Vinicus, thank you, Vinicus. So until next time, everyone, we'll see you there.